The number of teenage murderers is increasing in our community. And as that number goes up, the needs at our Metro's Juvenile Detention Center are changing. After a Christmas riot put the Bernalillo County Juvenile Detention Center in the spotlight last year, investigator Ryan Laughlin is going into the jail to see if this facility is any better off today.
It's another piece of the same puzzle.
We'll take the room on the right.
Kids taking over the Bernalillo County Juvenile Jail on Christmas.
We failed. We looked bad. We're not going to hide it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for anybody.
What's changed in a year? And how important is jail to our juvenile justice puzzle?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
As Bernalillo County Sheriff deputies moved in, wearing riot gear and gas masks, they negotiated with teenagers.
They are demanding Buffalo Wild Wings, 50 of each flavor. I told them it's Christmas. I said the best I can do is probably a candy bar from a gas station.
Some kids wanted out.
Why can't you open the doors, man?
Because there's other people in here that don't want the doors open. I'm not going to open the doors and risk my life.
Others were instigators.
I love y'all.
It takes almost $13 million of Bernalillo County tax dollars to run this facility. So how did it fail?
Talk to me, man. Even if you're accused of a crime, you should be treated humanely.
Vanessa Hulliger
We cannot turn a blind eye.
has been advocating for change ever since she found out how kids live here.
I'm not a victim, but I know that who my son is. I know that he is not a monster.
Noah Duran lost his way shortly after COVID caused the governor to shut down schools. Something was off. She started drug testing her 16-year-old. She called the cops after she found a gun, and again after Duran ran away from home. Police told her they couldn't do anything unless he broke the law. 2 days later, he did.
He made a horrible mistake. Horrible. And he lives with that mistake every single day of his life. But is he getting the help he needs? Absolutely not.
Duran, convicted of murder during a drug deal, is part of a growing demographic at the YSC. Kids accused of killing. Nearly a third of the almost 60 kids here from all over the state are in for murder. Duran spent over 2 years here, and his mom says living conditions led to what she calls the Christmas protest.
They had been in their rooms for 2 days straight. 2 days, and not able to go to the bathroom, getting in trouble because they would pee in their cup because they weren't letting them out.
Strip searches, dirty laundry, deprived of food, hygiene materials, and cameras in the bathrooms and showers has Hulliger pushing for change.
Jail is not there to be comfortable.
The sheriff sees it differently.
And this is why I say kids are not being held accountable. This is a perfect example of how our system has failed.
Deputies ID'd 3 ringleaders of the riot.
Keep your hands up, keep your hands up.
But because the system doesn't let authorities stack charges against juveniles, and all 3 were in for more serious crimes, this damage effectively had no consequences.
About how we're short-staffed and how we need help.
4 Investigates dug up phone calls from the sheriff's investigation into the riot.
And I'm like, dude, what the hell? I told him, I'm like, you're putting my safety at risk. I'm like, don't open that door.
They described county employees walking off the job, antagonizing inmates, and how safeguards failed.
I called them out, and we looked at the failures and what was going on there.
The biggest issues? Staffing, programming, and leadership. Those problems been addressed?
Yes and no.
Tamara Marcantel knows how the juvenile justice puzzle has changed.
When I started with CYFD back in 2013 or so, we had almost 13 juvenile detention centers. Today we have 4.
She's in charge of Bernalillo counties, where on average kids stay there 3 times longer than they used to.
Staffing is critical to all the work that we do.
At Christmas last year, nearly half of the positions were open. Today, it's fewer than 1 in 4.
Another unit, obviously here to the right-hand side.
We got a tour after $1.4 million in upgrades this year. Everything from security to laundry to new uniforms to nearly $300,000 for new body scanners meant to limit strip searches.
We are here to make a change.
That change is a work in progress. just like the body scanners that have been offline for months this year. And in a month, policymakers will debate the best path forward.
We are there to help you if we can. If you choose not to do so, I don't want you back in our community.
What is happening in this state right now can affect anyone. And you can think that you're immune to it, but it can get you.
Hulliger's 16-year-old son has moved to adult prison. He'll be in his 30s before she has a chance to see him free again. Juvenile jails, she says, are an overlooked piece.
That's where we have to change the narrative.
Of a system unsure of whether it wants to punish or provide services.
These are our children, everyone's children. We have to save our children.
I'm Ryan Laughlin for Investigates.